Yeah, here we go. I think the game is already live, so let's just get right into it. Big welcome, everybody. Semi-finals going on here in Shanghai. It's going to be MIBR starting on the T side with ENCE on the CT side, and I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a really fun game, so let's just get this on the road.
Yeah, but listen, ENCE has to have known that they were going to be playing Train. MIBR has picked this in all their big series in this event so far, so surely ENCE has something prepared. Smoke goes down, Taco's going to come right through it. Sunny's got the first kill, but bomb site under attack, and Sunny's found himself into a new situation. X7 adds on top to Taco, but they're getting wrapped around from so many different angles, and there goes Sunny finally. The defense starting to crumble.
Yes, it is. And there was an awkward moment there. Lucas was actually at the back line with the bomb alone. He's low on health, and it's going to go down right then and there. X7 will find him. Another headshot would have been wonderful, but that's not going to be possible instead now. Sergey on his own in the 1 versus 2. He's trying to creep on in. That P2000 rings true, and the follow-up is amazing. That's a great double kill and a clutch to win it for ENCE.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. I think that's exactly what happened on the T-side pistol yesterday for MIBRs. They ended up having a decent attempt and then losing a 1 versus 2 in the pistol. So again, just not able to close it out. Sergey using that bomb train to find his 2 1v1s. Nice shooting with the P2K. So 1-0 for ENCE.
It's a very close start, isn't it? Once you let the T's out from Ivy like that, and they can sort of flank around that A defense, it's just not good news.
Gets really sketchy. It did take some time for MIBR to get that flank going and get some of the kills, but I mean, just regardless, not a bad round. Just unfortunately, couldn't win the clutch. Small investment for the Brazilian side. Flashbang on Fallen. Ooh. It's not a good start to your nade throwing. It's okay though, he won the 1 versus 2, so who cares?
It might have been better than if he actually hadn't failed it. It looked like he was going to miss everybody.
Yeah, it did. Well, this damage doesn't. Alu, 2 kills with the USP. They can't even get into the bomb site here. Bomb is dropped on the upper ramp as well. They were hoping, I would imagine, to just jump down with that bomb and not have to worry about lower ramp. Nade finishes things off, and a real clean second round for ENCE.
There's something important we have to get out of the way early on.
Okay.
Just, who do you think is going to win this one, Jason?
Ooh, I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to play that game. The MIBR boys would not be happy if I tried to jinx them in any way. Normally I wouldn't care. Normally I just do it. I just jinx them to test it. Yeah. But it's Ricardo's birthday.
Okay.
So happy birthday. This is your gift.
All right. That's fair. I won't push you to anything then. We'll leave it at that. Kriegs have been picked up though. MIBR are able to put that together. And some grenades to follow it up. It's not really amazing. It's 2 smokes and a bunch of flashbangs. So once they commit with those smokes, they surely have to figure something. And there's one of them already. KNG, see if he's going to actually do anything. But yeah, that's an early use of. Now they have 1 left.
I think they're fine with that, to be honest with you. We'll see where they put it. But those Kriegs, they're going to want to challenge anyway. So the smokes isn't going to be the most frustrating part about this. And maybe because of that 1 smoke, they seem to be heading towards the inner bomb site. Fur, Fallen, and Taco all going to be in box halls with the bomb. Sergey very far back on that first train. Ariel looking for a quick flank. That is a huge kill. Heads-up duel against the AWP, and that is going to make Sergey a little bit nervous. He's now going to start throwing some nades toward lower ramp. That's a Molotov, but they're going to come out upper, and they're already swinging wide. They've already got a new angle, and he still hasn't spotted them. I think now, finally, no idea. They run the whole way, and Sergey just never had the information.
Wow, it really looked to me like he had spotted them even just so slightly, but I think you're right. He wasn't aware of it. What do they do now? Lucas is on the flank. KNG's holding Pop Dog. I don't think you can read yet. Even saving is going to be a little bit of a tricky issue.
Sunny's aware of the possibility.
That's good news.
And Lucas with low HP. Ooh, this is a good find, though, from down ladder. KNG making plays. 1 more, and ooh, he's a little bit late on pulling the trigger. And that's a Krieg that can go over to Ariel.
So, I don't know. Could have been worse for ENCE. I think they could have lost even more rifles here.
I actually think it's not a great win for MIBR. Obviously, it's nice to have that round on the board, but I think losing those 2 Kriegs on Lucas and KNG right at the end is relatively painful.
And ENCE get to save the AWP and then obviously the Krieg on Ariel there. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a shame. Still gives them a fighting chance in the upcoming round, obviously. But if nothing else, it does feel kind of good just to win that first rifle round.
Yeah, well, especially considering we have to remember MIBR in their series that we saw yesterday and then 2 days ago against Tai Lu, they don't like to start out in a good way. They like to dig a hole for themselves. They like to make things difficult. They've been having to fight for a lot of comebacks in these series they've played to get into this top 4 position.
And T-side train was really rough on them.
It was, what, 4-11 yesterday?
I believe so. Well, let's find out. They do have a lot more grenades in this round that they can throw around with. So, yeah, we'll see what they come up with.
Both teams with a pretty similar economy as well. A lot of players going to be struggling to find any kind of a buy in the next round if their team loses this. So pretty early swing round for the map, for the series. Alu with that deep peek, 4 players outside. Alu now going to be blocked off by smoke. Sunny going to try and keep space. 2 players in the bomb train. This is a boost coming in. Oh, he almost gets the shot. Just narrowly misses it and through the smoke again. Just an inch off or so.
Sunny pushing up, in fact, with the M4, but he's going to be found. X7 taking down Taco. Not a bad find, and he'll follow it up. The Orc actually coming out with a double kill this time around. A little bit of a return. More damage would be great right now. In fact, one more kill could make all the difference, but that's not going to happen. And as a result, the ENCE economy will grow slightly, and they're going to be happy they managed to shut that round down.
Yeah, so many players outside for the ENCE defense. That was a situation where it felt like Sunny was doing just a well enough job to keep himself alive for long enough, and the players far, far back had all the time in the world to take shots. While MIBR was focused on clearing up the close player, the players at range were just wreaking havoc upon them. And this is an early timeout. Round 5 coming in, and MIBR already calling for it. I don't even think they can buy here. I think they need to save what they have. Maybe small investment from a couple players, but they need cash. You want to get that AWP in Fallen's hands as well as soon as possible.
Some of the rounds they were trying to run yesterday on train did seem to involve that idea of getting out T-main really early and actually running all the way, just flanking right to E-box and trying to catch someone there.
Yeah.
And even sometimes when that worked, they wouldn't win the round. It's a cool idea, but I don't think it's going to catch ENCE off guard for very many rounds.
They weren't having a whole lot of success of actually progressing in that outer yard towards the bomb site, bomb train itself. They would sometimes get those opening kills and just get stalled out. So we'll see how they manage it today. And remember, yesterday as well, they had a few of those rounds on their T side where they had their opponent, they had Avangar at a reset position, and they just couldn't win that second round in a row to finally cripple the economy. They could never get over that hump, so it was a very difficult T side. Lucas has heard all of these footsteps, and oh, the jumping SMG. Bit painful, and a chance for X7 to build upon this. All of MIBR coming out now, but great shot from Fur.
Yeah, that's actually not bad at all. Jumping SMGs, it's
a classic.
It is, in sort of a painful way, you know? Not the good kind of classic. Especially if you're the one on the receiving end. KNG trying to follow that one up, but not going to be taking down Aerial this time. They don't have much to fight with at all. No armor on anyone. Taco left for the Glock. He's managed to sneak his way in here, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he was spotted. Sunny saw that. Someone who's been, we've been talking a little bit about at least Sunny in terms of his return to Counter-Strike and the team, and I don't know. I'm still not super worried. I just think Sunny's a very, very strong player. But obviously, I don't think we've seen we haven't seen the full potential of it yet.
No, but you also have to say there's a big risk. It felt like he spent a lot of time outside of professional Counter-Strike waiting for his opportunity, waiting for his time to get into this ENCE lineup. Obviously, wanting to play, for a team from his home country. So, if this doesn't go well, I think his stock drops in a big way for other teams that might want to pick him up. Fallen,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Blinded and back up the ladder just before Aerial peeks in. Yeah, I mean, when he was dropped off Mouse, right? Like, he didn't play for months. I don't remember the exact time span, but it seemed like a very long time since we've seen him play.
I think it's something that it's just a matter of time, really, before we get to see some of those more vintage performances out of him. But I agree. It is tricky, and you never know with the chemistry in the team. That's the other thing that's so hard to spot from the outside. You just don't know how things work internally inside of a team. Regardless, KNG here does see the shoulder peak. A little bit of guessing involved. Not going to be hitting the shot this time, and just X7 instead putting out a grenade and trying to buy some time.
Stalemate and teammate as well, but there's not a second player there. Lucas going to come back, but he doesn't have a pop flash to help Fur get in to that mid connector, especially considering Aerial is scoped up to provide some cover for Sunny. this is going to be tricky for MIBR. It all, this round probably hinges on this kind of a play. Who wins this exchange in T-mid?
And that's 4 people that are going to go in this direction. The other part of the flank completely shut down. Oh, even the fact that KNG went down is a problem. Obviously, Aerial with the double kill, making things much worse. And I don't know what they do. 24 seconds here.
You back away. You have to save those guns. There's nothing you can do. Actually, I think even Fallen shot his teammate in the leg as they crossed in. It was a pretty dicey situation. Sunny wants to go for a hunt to take any final guns away. But I really like the aggressive stance from ENCE. You know, I saw a couple times last night when we were walking around and, you know, getting food and after dinner and everything. A couple players from ENCE outside talking, like you know, very intensely, very focused about the game coming up. You could tell they were talking about Counter-Strike, notebooks out in a circle, chatting about what they wanted to do. And I have to wonder, if they looked at the game yesterday, they will notice there was a decent amount of rounds where MIBR played it so slow, where they weren't really aggressive in these choke points, where they were waiting out some smokes, where they were playing back. And you have to imagine the game plan for ENCE is going to be, why not have a couple rounds where we get aggressive in T-mid, or, you know, T-mid like that? Why not hold on to our nades if we don't feel any pressure early on? You know, hold on to them for the 40-second mark, 30-second mark, and just ruin everything MIBR wants. They've seen, MIBR's played Train enough times that you can come up with a very solid game plan looking at how they've played it at this event.
And it's very hard if you're MIBR on the other side of that, right? To try and reinvent Train for yourself. You know, maybe you could guess that it was going to be picked in this one, but how do you come up with a new plan in the middle of a tournament?
Yeah, on the fly in such a fashion. Especially, well, I mean, that'd be the question. I would wonder what they talked about on Train, because remember, despite the fact that they're picking this and they obviously feel comfortable, and I think Taco even said in an interview, Train is their best map, their T-sides have not been good at all. You know, all their work has been done on the CT defensive side. So, ooh, fast-paced contact play, but ooh, the Krieg is just so strong. So is Sergey. Triple kill for him on the lower ramp. Down to 12 HP, but that idea gets stuffed.
Wow, that's a bit of a coin toss, and I think even worse, when they jumped down on the ramp, they stood on top of each other, so they couldn't even both fight at the same time. That was very awkward indeed. Bomb attempt here. Grenade going to soften up Fallen a little bit, but they'll get the bomb plant down. A 2 versus 4 though, so now would be a good time if they could somehow win this with just some excellent aim. That would certainly get the team fired up. There's Fallen taking down Alu. A strong headshot to begin with, and KNG playing on the other side of the smoke and just waiting it out a little bit. Sergey's right on top, and that's a good position to get the kill. And now he's going to fall back, and he has the Molotov. They have a smoke still, so that Molotov's not going to mean anything if they put it on top of the bomb. And I think they're thinking about it. There it is. So now it's just down to the Krieg, and KNG shooting through, not the right angle. And X7, he'll sort it all out. So that could have been dangerous, actually. Nicely handled from ENCE, though.
You have to say, fair play from KNG. That's a good attempt. Him and Fallen actually almost bring that back from a 2-on-5. I mean, they bring that into a 2-on-2. That's at least something that you're getting together out of a disaster. And even with that Molotov, there's a chance that goes for the win. But like you said, the smoke to neutralize it, and I think KNG knew it. He heard it when he was running towards the upper ramp and just didn't want to mess with that fight. So, a bit unfortunate. A 6-1 lead for the Finnish side on defense. Again, MIBR looking at a very scary prospect of creating a comeback. We saw this smoke used a number of times yesterday against Avantgarde, a peek over the top of it.
Double nade for the peek. We saw this as well as a way to force someone out of that angle, and the same exact result coming right through to take that fight.
I think that's a very, very cool and a very clever way to do things. And you're right, success in that way twice now. Dink from Sergey, he's done good work at the center bomb site. Taco is down low, and that's a good spray control at range. Sergey's held on, that's the bomb down, he can call that out. And the rest of MIBR is on rotation. Taco with no health can't really challenge. Big win for Sunny getting aggressive. Oh, and this MIBR offense, as they're trying to come over and recover, they're just losing way too much on the path to the B bomb site.
He's even fallen just a little bit frustration, trying to hunt that one down. Not going to be anywhere close. And yeah, the bomb dropping that's a problem. That was incredible from Sergey. The fact that he was able to spray that range.
Yeah.
And he was fired on first, right? So he actually had a pretty sizable disadvantage and just decided that was how it's going to try and win that one.
And that was really great. I mean, he even dinked the player at the upper ramp as well, forced him back. So just an all-around good round, a good couple of rounds for Sergey. He had the triple kill in the previous, holding onto the lower ramp. So at the moment, he is not to be tested at the inner bomb site. Plenty of money for the defense being built up as well. So MIBR, you have to think, just probably going to save these guns, as there's no way they can really get a whole lot done. Sonny going to try and take one more away, and indeed he will.
The time just runs out for Lucas. They could save the Krieg, which is something. The rest of the team, I don't know if they want to keep up the pressure here. This is the problem, though. If they do that, it's going to be a very weak buy. But if they don't, the economy for ENCE, like suddenly the wall that they have to try and punch through to bring ENCE back to normality, it's just going to be so hard to do.
I think what you're doing, what MIBR is doing here is probably, ooh, actually, excuse me. I was going to say half buy on everyone except for Lucas and let that Krieg do some work. Fallen's picked up an AWP with no armor, so this is a pretty big risk of the economy, although, as you said, they do have the full losing bonus, and any kind of plant would help out in a big way. We know the economy at the moment is very forgiving.
Lucas playing a little bit of a distraction on this side while they bring the rest of the team towards the B bomb site. Fallen. I mean, Sergey's been playing. It's a very common position playing on that corner. So sometimes if you're quick with the AWP, you can sneak someone in. Instead, they're going to be running down the ramp, and two people distracting, setting up for Fallen with the AWP to take the kill on Alu, and that's a good shot. Sergey, though, doesn't really have to challenge right now. Just buy a little bit of time, smoking off on one side, and then get everybody else in here. And no bomb plan yet.
They can't even cross over. Now they're going to get bombarded with nades, flashbangs, Molotovs. All of ENCE is at this side, but look at Lucas. Lucas has lurked out mid. This could be the play that turns the round in MIBR's favor. ENCE has to be careful when they rotate back to the A bomb side, because this is a real possibility. They cannot really go through connector. They have to go through CT spawn along that wall and pray they can find Lucas in time.
Well, this is very cool. If he's actually successful with it, oh, he's going to get shot in the face. It looked like he had the opportunity. That probably cancels the round, but I'm going to say that's still so cool.
Yeah, I think the problem is MIBR, I almost feel like Taco and Fallen, I mean, a tough thing to criticize, again, in hindsight, but that's a long time for Lucas to have to hold on to that bomb site without knowing where anyone is. And there's no way. Fallen with the pickoff, that's a nice shot. If Taco can get a plant, that'll be a small victory. He can't add that kill onto it. He had an advantage in the fight, it seemed, and Taco's got to save the AWP.
Yeah, I'm so confused. It looked like that was going to be a fairly easy shot onto Sergey there, but I guess not. Sergey with another triple kill, though. What was the team that I was thinking about? We were watching Avant-Garde play yesterday on Mirage. Yeah. Where they would always have sort of one guy who could turn into a bit of a lurker, and it could sort of... That's almost what Lucas was doing here. That kind of style is really cool.
I think it was a great play. It's just, you know, he can't be out there all alone for that long. Like he gets all the way up towards that old bomb train. And
to some extent, unfortunate that he gets dinked.
Well, I also understand, like, you know, Taco and Fallen could have dropped down ladder, but that is risky. If someone's in that ladder room, Lucas, that's the one position Lucas couldn't really clear out. But still, I mean, if you're walking all the way around, that's just so much to ask for Lucas, and obviously it doesn't pan out. Set piece towards outside, or not set piece, there's no nades. They're just going to try and bust through this. Fallen saved the AWP, so didn't get any bonus money, and that's a nade that lands right on his face.
There's 4 people out here, though. Sergey's been playing well on the inner bomb site, so they're quite happy to leave him alone. Now more smokes coming up, and yeah, eventually MIBR, they have to do something right, because the time is just being run off the clock right now. And now they've rotated Alu back here, and you said no grenades. If you can't smoke or flash that AWP away on the inner bomb site, that could definitely be an issue. I think they're going to try and triple boost it. Not going to find anyone, but they don't know that yet.
Sergey's going to hear these footsteps as well, certainly. Definitely heard that one, hearing these, and definitely hears that. So he's got all the information out there. Defense not really shifting too much just yet. Third player rotating back. That's going to be X7. And now Sergey just got bored. Good peek.
He could have even grenaded it. That would have been funny, but...
That would have been funny. That would have been great. And yeah, I mean, this is a problem without having any nades. You don't even have a flashbang to force anyone off an angle to get any kind of a clean fight. And now there's Krieg's just going to hold the angle. AWP's going to hold the angles. This is going to be a slaughter, or it should be for Aerial. There's the first. There's the second. Bomb down. The AWP tries to slide out. That's easy. Easy for Aerial. Easy for ENCE. 9-1.
Cue the music.
Cue it all.
The
music, the memes.
All the memes, everything all at once. That was that to me looked like a round. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense if all you have or the big tool you have is that AWP that you want to walk around and try and find a way to put it into play. But it just all seemed, I don't know.
This is now we could talk about this is like the double-edged sword of the economy that we're working with, right? Like with them saving and force buying so much and saving an AWP, not getting any bonus money, is they actually haven't had like a good buy in a number of rounds because they've always had like 2 weapons that they've wanted to purchase around. That's a good shot from Fallen. That's what they needed. That's the first time Sergey's been caught off guard. And ENCE, you imagine they're going to go for this. They have so much money. At least going to come over and see what they can find. I think if Alu goes down here, they would choose to save. But this should be the second round for MIBR.
It really should be. Taco here in the scopes, no problem. A grenade to force Alu into the fight, and that's not going to be any issue. Great follow-up from Taco. Beautiful headshots. Aerial and X7, they're not even going to be allowed to save very much at all here. And they know exactly where X7 is, so... Yeah, what an entry.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's great for MIBR. Tactically, just getting beat up. So what do? You call your captain's number with the AWP. It's bought by KNG and dropped over to him. That easy entry kill. So not always going to be able to replicate that, but at this point, when you're down 9-1, you'll take anything you can get. You'll take a clean round after just one opening pick, and also a lot of money grabbed out of the hands of ENCE. So they'll have to rebuy their weaponry. But a 7-round lead.
I remember 4 rounds that they got last time. I mean, it looked like it was, devastating at that point in time, but the CT side was pretty strong. If they could get up, let's say they get 5, things get really wild. Yeah,
the problem is, like, they've just played, it feels like they've played from behind so much. Obviously played from behind in the series against Tyloo where they lost 2-0. Played from behind in every map against Avantgarde yesterday.
Yeah.
Those comebacks aren't going to happen every single time. At some point, you have to play from the front, and this is just another instance where a map they're comfortable on, a map they want to play, and they can't get anything going.
Fallen drops low early in the round. But Sergey down to the B-bomb site, again alone, which I wouldn't have much doubt about him being able to do this either. He plays it so smart. You see how he's happy enough to try and dink at people or just take out a little bit of a quick fight. But half the time, he's just smoking it off and waiting. And that's all good choice as well.
He needs a teammate. Nalu's getting back here just at the perfect moment.
Ooh.
But he backs off. He backs off the rotation. It's all on Sergey.
Coming in for the high ground. Oh, he misses the spray. And, yeah, he's immediately backing off. He knows that's a dangerous fight. And he didn't see the follow-up. Couldn't really do that either. Lucas will take him down instead. So 4-on-4. Yeah, and it would have been good if Alu had stuck around. That might have been a bit of an issue here. Now the bomb goes down. No flank, and Sonny's dropped by Fallen, who was already low on health. They're going to be taking control of the first part of the bomb site, and X7 running before the smoke goes up. That's a good choice. But can they actually get in here? Out of grenades as well on the CT side, nearly at least. X7 going down on the ladder, and Lucas now. Double kill on him. Aerial, he's the only one with any real health left. Alu's just sort of playing from a back position here. He's going to get 1 kill, put up a smoke. The bomb is up there, though, so he's very exposed anyway. But Alu, he's holding the high ground.
Oh, no.
They're inside, and oh, no, they don't even get it. KNG couldn't stop it from the high ground, and Fallen was low on health, and that is... Man, that's a steal.
Oh, I cannot believe they've just made that work. It even seemed desperate with the smoke on the low part on the ground when the bomb is on top of the train. That is beautiful. What cover from Alu as well with the AWP. That was probably the only winning play they could have made.
Yeah, I agree. What do you even do at that point in time?
Oh, that one hurts. We've seen MIBR. They've had a couple of those daggers through various points of this tournament. And another one where they have the advantages and just... yeah, that one's going to be frustrating to talk about during this timeout. 3rd timeout used of the 4 that they have. 8 rounds back.
If Alu doesn't get that shot on KNG, he instantly drops the diffuser. It's not even going to be close because he's not covered by the smoke at all.
Smoke only covers him from the lower ramp.
So, a lot of trust in your sniper at that point in time. Well, what have we got now? Aerial at 12-3, Sergey at 14-5 at the moment. And the struggle continues for MIBR.
Yeah, well, unlike Avant-Garde yesterday, this time they haven't even gotten ENCE close to being reset. They haven't even had that like little glimmer of hope where they've had some successful rounds. That's a good pop flash to force X7 away. He's lucky to be alive. He's got some backup, and KNG knows it. Knows it's a sore spot, but somehow X7 swings wide, wins the fight, and now is going to try and bail away, but Lucas won't let him out.
That is a desk smashing moment, isn't it, if you're KNG? He was even, you see how smart he was actually aiming for the backup. He knew that someone was going to be helping out immediately.
Yeah.
And just couldn't make it work. Alu ready. Oh, maybe not. Sergey now covering the sidewalk. Going to be throwing up the Molotov, but they're going to be running past that. Taco actually already passed it. And that's a nice kill. Alu a little bit slow to the party, and Fallen will take him down. So some missed timings here for the defense.
Right, and now I think Taco's got to smile a little bit at that one because the timing of Alu rotating away was just the worst possible. He moved out of position, and that caused Sergey to have to get off the top train because he didn't have it covered. And that's when MIBR pounces. So Taco knows that all too well. These remaining players, Ariel and Sunny, are going to try and save, but there is a player. There is Lucas back in T-spawn. He's probably watching exactly for this retreat, or at least from middle.
He can see that, yeah, ooh.
That's a cool little angle. What a rat.
Yeah. Everyone remember that?
Yeah, that's the rat spot. We're calling it from now on.
It's good to have some of those, isn't it? 10-3 though.
This is so.
Look at the money fence.
What a weird half this is, though. Like MIBR having 3 rounds, I don't even know. It doesn't even feel like they deserve that. It feels like ENCE has just been so much better, and they've somehow off the one pick from Fallen with the AWP towards Sergey at the inner bomb site. Now they have this round with the weird timing. Like they've had some fortunate situations towards that inner bomb site.
Some harsh criticism here, Moses. Just they have 3 rounds. They don't even deserve that.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe deserve is a bit much, but
no, I like it.
I mean, however you're going to get it, it works, right? They all count.
I appreciate Evil Moses. I think it's good. Take it all away from them. No, but let's put it like this. They want rounds where we said, well, there's the formula. That's how you do it. It's more like, oh, okay, that worked, but we don't know if it's going to ever happen again. KNG with an opening. That is very, very fortunate. That's the kind of thing that you can build something behind. Ariel, though, is he going to be flashed in by X7? It's possible. He has a flashbang. He could go for it. I might just double it up. A little bit of first showing there. And now...
Ooh, that's awkward. That's really awkward. Oh.
Yeah.
Ariel's probably not too happy about that one. I'm actually surprised no one from MIBR was able to flash for Fur, but no one was down ladder. So him and KNG working together to pinch this outer yard. One from Ivy, one from T-mid. And MIBR have a lot of options available. This is probably the best put-together round tactically we've seen from them in this half.
KNG, he's leading this charge right now. Should be taking out X7 in a matter of seconds here. Easy shot and Fallen long range to drop Ariel. And you're right, this is looking so good. Alu gets to live for another second, but the Molotov, yeah, he's just standing on top of it. No chance at all here. So a 4th round for MIBR, and that is so critical.
All right, this one they deserve. This one they deserve all day long. That was actually really cool from MIBR. And ENCE, the call to save never actually comes in that 2-on-4 situation. They don't back off, and they've lost so much. And you mentioned at the start of this round, their money is not looking good. They don't have any losing bonus built up, so it's going to be a very difficult buy in the next round. X7 should be okay. Sergey might be able to drop over a FAMAS or an SMG. But Alu and Ariel are going to have a relatively rough buy. That's a big kill to get to hold on to the weapon. I don't think MIBR is in any kind of position to hunt. So 10-4 and a chance for MIBR to get to 5, which would be spectacular considering everything in this half.
Can I give you a really stretched out analogy here?
I would love that.
You're like in elementary school or something, and you do math, and if you just write the right answer at the end of it, you're going to get the marks. It's all good, right?
Yep.
But when you move on to like high school or definitely college level,
you have to write out the process as well.
Yeah. And if it doesn't even matter if you get the right answer, right? Like they're only going to care about whether or not your thinking essentially was good enough. That's what we're trying to claim here, right? Saying getting 2 or 3 rounds, that's not what we're looking for.
You've had the right answer, but the process was a bit sketchy.
Yes.
I like that. That's actually a really good analogy. That's not nearly as stretched out as you think. I think
I never know.
you pulled that together quite well.
listen, everything that I think always makes sense in my own mind, but I've noticed it doesn't always work out so well when I say them out loud. So
I've noticed it as well. Molotov in towards ladder. This time MIBR with the advantage. That's risky from Fallen. I think he almost came down that ladder a little bit much. Flashbang and Aerial sidesteps it. That one not so much, but there's 2 players in here. And Fallen is an easy kill. Sunny's going to add a second onto it. No one wants to drop down.
it looked like they're just looking at each other, saying, "Well,
Like, you go first. No. You go first, man. Rock, paper, scissors.
oh man, yeah." Well, they already sent the captain to his death. So, what is the crew going to do now?
Interesting that the Alper is the one to drop down.
I would even I could almost see that if he wasn't actually climbing down the ladder. If he just actually jumped, I'd be like, all right, then the AWP's not a bad tool for it.
All right, so 2 smokes towards the inner bomb site, and they're going to use that attention to try and open up something for KNG, who is going to get picked off cleanly. AWP dropped over to Alu in this round. Sergey on top of the train has the advantage, misses his shots. That's probably the. Sergey's been rock solid at the center bomb site. That was a bit sketchy, but still no chance for Lucas at the moment that you can see to get out of this 1 versus 4, and there's X7 to clean it off. 11-4. Same half as we had from them yesterday, so another big comeback having to come in on the CT side.
Yeah, I don't even know how you do that.
That's
that
a
guy's
legitimate sign.
an LED sign.
It's a girl.
That's amazing. How have they gotten to this level?
Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. An LED sign is exactly what I would expect at an event in Asia.
Yeah, it's true, but can we import it somehow?
Yeah, we can probably bring the technology over.
We've got that opportunity. That would be great. 11-4 with X7, Sergey, Aerial, Sunny. Only really Alu a little bit behind, but what does it matter when you're up this far?
He wasn't really needed too much in that first half. Remember, he was like that AWPer who was kind of playing outside but also rotating to inside. And remember, Sergey had a phenomenal holds at the inner bomb site early on. They didn't have any issues outside until the end of the half, so Alu never really even had a chance to get into the CT side.
And to some extent, right, he got that 1 kill on KNG in the 2v2.
Yes.
So that's a round where even if it's just 1 kill on the board, it's a huge impact overall. Because that could have been, maybe should have been, one of the rounds for MIBR. Yeah, it did look like he kind of wanted to jump down, but just did it way too late. Confusing indeed.
Well,
here we go, though.
Yeah, we'll see how they do on the CT side. It was a monster half yesterday from MIBR. I think it was, what, 12-2, I think, that they ran up against Avantgarde to win, or 12-1.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can do it again. KNG close up at the inner bomb site. Taco far back towards connector. They've gotten aggressive in Ivy, so they kind of know what's coming. They're rotating everyone back, but the timing, KNG's missed his shots. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down.
Taco will get the instant return, though, and the USPs are still pretty lethal at range here. Fur will take down 1 and a follow-up as well. Great! Oh, my God! Fur with 3 headshots consecutively. Absolutely no delay on that one, and that should win them the round here. Sunny, it's not even just a Glock. There's nowhere to hide down here. Once they know where he is, they're going to be coming in from every angle. Sunny with a nice shot, but it doesn't even matter. That is the kind of quality we want to see a lot more out of Fur. Yeah,
he had 2 kills in that first half. He just added 3 onto it in the pistol round here in the second. So
did he really have 2?
Yeah, that was it. He's got 5 at the moment.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he had a really rough first half. Oddly enough, he did end with more ADR in the first half with 2 kills than Taco ended with 5 kills. Fun fact.
Interesting.
But this is disgusting. He helps win this one. There's something about Fur where I feel like he just gets... We know he loves aggressive plays, but it's almost like he gets way more powerful when he's being the aggressor.
Yeah, sometimes even it feels like when they've got beat up a little bit, like he gets...
Stops caring.
Yeah.
Even less than he does.
Takes it personally, maybe.
He's a very Finnish Brazilian player. He is very stoic in the way he plays.
Finnish Brazilian player.
Yeah, you like that?
I do. I always thought of in some sense, the Finnish and the Brazilian scene being almost
polar opposites. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got like very explosive, emotional, high highs, low lows kind of thing for the Brazilians for a long time, and then.
Yeah, but Fur is just so chill.
He is very chill. Yeah, I appreciate it. I get it. I get it. I don't think you're off the mark.
All right.
Maybe they could do like a boot camp together and, do some sort of cultural trade-off or something. It'd be interesting.
Okay, take the Brazilians to the sauna.
Now there's a real plan. Maybe play Counter-Strike inside the sauna.
Deagles.
When we were in Beijing, I saw a guy bring his phone into the sauna.
Yeah, that was not. I didn't feel like the smartest play on his part.
Don't think it is.
No, that phone's probably not happy. Lucas tapping away at range. Fallen's already got a kill with the scout. Oh, there go a couple kills. Remember, there's no armor on this. They've just found a little bit of an opportunity to at least get the bomb plant. They're definitely going to get that. KNG can do nothing to stop it, but that nade is huge. Taco comes out a little late to stop things. They're just going to be happy to win the round, but Sergey might have something to say, just no armor. No armor made that brutal, but the damage they've done, the plant that they put down, that's going to make the next round much stronger for ENCE.
Yeah, that was getting scary for a minute there. Nice grenade to start it off with. That does help out quite a bit. But yeah, you're right. That one little bomb plant. Make it a big difference. 11-6, though. That 11-4 scoreline, always the most elusive one.
Yeah, well, here's a big test. Because there's just so much money. Everyone after that round from ENCE had 6K. They'll be able to buy in the next if they lose this as well. So even if they just do economic damage here, with a kind of a lead, it's not any sort of disaster just yet. Good pick from Alu. Lucas caught out in the open. Before the nades, the Molotov doesn't go deep enough to shy him away, and he would have stood in it anyways. Second kill perhaps coming in, but the flashbang forces him off the angle. That's a big utility dump for most of the defense. All the meanwhile, look at how close these guys have gotten. Fur is aware. He's going to hold the line, turns from the flash, and now he's back. But Sonny can peer into the bomb site.
Ooh, they actually still pick up the kills. It looked like ENCE were about to crack this bomb site right open. If they win one of those fights down at Ivy, I pretty much think it's done. But somehow they found a way back here. It's a 2-1-3 with Ariel being very low on health. This could be another good round here for MIBR if they're able to just keep them locked down. Alu going down. That's a pretty good shot from KNG, who's now picked up a third in the round. And Ariel should be no way here. Taco even has an HE grenade if he could find the right spot for it.
I actually don't know how MIBR. That round was on a knife's edge for the whole time, it felt like. Yeah, oh, that's a great shot on the Fur. That's the third kill. There's that economic damage we were talking about, forcing some rebuys. Without the plant, ENCE is right on the edge of another buy.
When you do that much damage, do you just go for it anyway?
You either do that or you can just go to Deagles. Deagles and P250s, you can do a half investment to just continuously keep the money low. But this is such a great round from MIBR. That was really chaotic. That was hectic after losing Lucas. I thought that Ivy hit was going to be so much more powerful.
I mean, it looked like it should have been. So, yeah, good shots for K&G. Quad kill in the round. Otherwise, I don't think they even get close to winning that.
He was one of the guys yesterday coming alive with the AWP on this map, with the Krieg on Dust 2. But him and Taco delivered some stellar performances on Train yesterday to make that comeback happen. Here again, it might just happen. All 5 players for ENCE towards the inner bomb site. Taco close up, going to try and stop them. And remember, he's not pulling any nades out. He's Krieg in hand this whole time. But that pop flash could be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely could be. And more backup being called for, though. He just eats the whole flashbang, and he's still able to get a kill. It's better than nothing, at least. And the follow-up is beautiful. Sergey on his own with the deagle up top, and KNG even looked like he gave him a smile before he pulled the trigger at the end.
Yeah, he tanked the shot. He didn't care whatsoever. Gave him the chance for the headshot, and if Sergey didn't hit it, that's the results.
It's the baller thing to do, isn't it? Listen, you get to punch me first, but you better knock me out.
Yeah, I'm going to punch right back.
Yeah, the follow-up.
The Op's got a bit more stopping power.
It does. Yeah, that's nice. So quad in the last round, triple in this round. KNG. What a delight.
No stress yet for ENCE. Still a 3-round lead, but can't feel great at the moment. KNG going to wait that one out. Now, we've seen him do this before. And we saw some players get past his field of vision. Pop flash to let him peek as the Molotov fades. He's got his pick of the litter, and he misses them all. He misses all of them, but they're in the fire. Taco needs to be so careful. They're going to wrap around him, and he's aware. He transfers over. Can't get a second one, though, but Lucas has arrived to slow things down. It's going to be a 3-on-3 post plant.
Wow, what a cool flashbang, and the fact that it doesn't work out is actually a little bit sad-making. Aerial goes down, though, and 2 versus 3 here. It's double AWP to try and defend, and that's not always a good thing. Alu, a little bit of pre-fire there for Fur, and Fallen will take down X7, and it's another round for MIBR. 11-9 as the Brazilian team is really starting to come alive, even after a little bit of a hiccup there early on.
I think ENCE is going to be scratching their head and saying, man, this defense didn't look as clean in the previous 2 days as it does right now. They've stopped him cold. Taco and KNG working together very well. KNG, 17 frags, 15 deaths. He leads. No, he doesn't. Sergey's got 18.
It's rough, isn't it, when you got that many targets to choose from?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I just want it all. I just don't even.
I wish this gun was automatic.
They do make those.
Timeout for ENCE. No, they don't. Not in Counter-Strike.
Maybe it's time to increase the rate of the fire on the CT auto sniper, you know, double it.
Maybe combine the auto sniper and like the Negev.
Yeah, put a scope on it.
Well, what does
11-9, yeah.
ENCE come up with? Sergey 5,300. They can go for an AWP on this T side, but they have not been able to find a successful formula yet. 5-0 run for MIBR, and again, look like they're making this comeback happen. Very zoned in on this CT side.
Look at Zeus getting all fired up. You like to see that. Well, we talked about ENCE probably knowing what MIBR were going to do on the T side. They also obviously know what was happening on the CT side last time, so that's a bit scary. Sunny, I like that idea, and the follow-up is here for Alu. They pinched him in. They guessed that he was probably going to be alone on that bottom site for the first 20 seconds, and they're right about that. And this is, wow, what a way to enter a round here. Out in the yard, the immediate swing. Fallen's going to get 1 kill with York, but he's standing inside of the fire, and he'll actually pick up the kill on Aerial. That's a bit of a sacrifice, but it might have brought them back in the round.
Yeah, the final boss falling out here. Boost up for KNG. What can he find? That's Lucas rotating over. What a flick from KNG. And MIBR, again, have found themselves back in this round. Even Alu's been spotted out. With that kill, he's got 2 ops to go up against. 55 seconds to work with. But Fallen has delivered them back into this round with those kills.
That really should not be happening. We talked about the opposite, but this was ENCE having the entire process right. They had it all down.
That had to have been a play that ENCE manufactured in research yesterday.
Yeah. That is just, I mean, tactically it's so well done. And it had everything going for them. And then just one little bump of the road. Alu, good timing, but Fallen's going to be turning around a 3rd kill here for the Brazilian captain. And that will bring MIBR to 10 rounds.
Yeah, Fallen's even getting the crowd hyped up now.
They're playing so well at the moment.
Yeah, that's some fine off work, and you love to see it out of Fallen on train. We've seen it so many times. This peak here, and he knows he's got to remain aggressive, knows he's got to take a risk somewhere. And that kind of risk judgment is something that Fallen has just always been so good at in his career. And again, it pays off. A triple kill in the round. And MIBR does not fall just yet. 10-11. They've got economic advantage. They've got the momentum with 6 rounds straight.
Sunny goes down. They just have the pistols here. And they're about to equalize the scoreline, MIBR. Trying to come through the smoke, but the M4 on the other side is going to make that very rough. Sergey, no chance at all. Nobody goes down on the MIBR side. 11-11.
Another triple kill for Fallen and managing a chaotic situation. He's pinned between his attention divided between T-mid, between Ivy. Just bullets coming through those smokes from T-mid just to pull his attention away, and it almost worked. But he knew what was coming. AWP out on Alu, 11-11. We're all tied up.
What? Last time on train, they let 1 round go on the CT side, I believe. And that was it. Right now, they're looking so good yet again. They're trying to use the ladder to just look over the smoke, and Luke is going to be flashed through. There is someone waiting for him, and you still appreciate the attempt at the aggression, but X7 was absolutely ready for that one. And that's going to be a nice start for ENCE.
Well, now they have to capitalize. They've had these openings before. They've even had one better in a 5-on-3 just a couple of rounds ago.
Look at KNG's position. All the way up at the high ground.
I'm more worried about Taco. This is a scary one. No pop flash, just going to walk in, somehow wins that fight. Somehow Sunny doesn't get the kill. The return is there, though. It's Fur. He's up next. He hears Ariel on top of the ladder, but Fallen is hunting him as well. Great flick. And now Fur gets in a more strong position. Alu, his butt was showing, but Fur couldn't land the shot.
Oh, a little bit tricky there. Fallen going down. That's a nice shot from Alu. Very, very important. And Fur, he's a little bit lonesome for backup. The shot's coming through the smoke. He doesn't want to reveal himself, and I don't really blame him. But X7 eventually takes him down. If he starts firing, that actually gives up a large part of the game there. And now it's KNG. The bomb just being faked the one time, and he's going to take down X7. And he might be ready for a little bit more. 1 versus 3 here turned into a 1-on-2, and they're waiting for him. They're actually up on the ladder. He doesn't know yet, and Alu creeping in. KNG, you could see his attention was everywhere but there.
Yeah, it might have also been a resolution thing, not being able to see him on top of that ladder. That was right at the edge of his field of view. 12-11.
That's a huge round out of ENCE.
They need to build upon it, and they have one of those rounds. They have one of those swing rounds right now where MIBR out of money. ENCE has done enough economic damage throughout these losses that MIBR backs against the wall with the cash flow.
Wow. Frustration earlier, but that's a nice round win. Alu taking care of Fallen in that round.
4th timeout used and final timeout used by MIBR in such a close affair. If this goes to overtime, they don't have any. Zeus, his input is going to be extremely limited from this point on.
What are they going to do? I mean, the only thing, the start of that round was X7 taking down Lucas. And you're probably not going to get the same kind of fight again that easily.
No, but they still have had some successes finding early kills. It's probably not that exact fight, but ENCE has done a pretty decent job, even in the losses of finding, opening frags, of finding ways to pick off players from MIBR at various times. You have to imagine MIBR really, I mean, this is obvious to say, but really interested in playing a 5-on-5. Good spam through the smoke, and that's going to be frustrating. X7 heard the flashbang, knew what was coming.
That's actually really heads up. What a great call from X7. Just perfectly done. Sunny trying to have a presence here at Ivy while they're pushing over at the B-bomb site. But just even where he is now is great. You could do so much from this position. If they forget for even a second to check there, it's bad news.
2 ops outside, KNG and Paul. There's the pop flash. Oh, that's beautiful. Nice work from KNG. Nice work from MIBR. Clear out that danger. You can feel much more comfortable now, and look at the ops. They can back away into new positions. Big push for Fur, but it's punished. That's a bit awkward. High risk, high reward, and Fallen has got to pick up the pieces yet again. 2 ops outside, Taco alone at the inner bomb site.
X7, he's going to go for it. Fallen had the right idea. The timing is just unbelievable. A little bit of noise being made. Fallen going to go back and check with the AWP. 30 seconds on the clock, and yeah, they need to crunch this right now. The bomb is being brought down here as well, so it's a little bit risky. Nice flick, that's godlike. Taking down X7, and now the 20 seconds. Where do you go? The bomb is now back at main. Fallen and KNG are here. Taco a little bit delayed on the rotation, and they're going to be catching Sergey. Now Alu. 1 versus 3 with an AWP. He's going to get the bomb plant down, but how do you fight your way out of this one? Jumping, and KNG will catch him. These AWPs for MIBR have looked so good in this second half.
Yeah, the AWPs have been spectacular, but this is Fallen at his best. This is the stylistic AWPing that he's one of the rare people who can bring it out, and it's good to see him playing at this level, even if it's just for a map, even if it's not something consistent. But this is the kind of Fallen we always talk about, the impact he can have for this team, and he's delivering on Train. 12-12. He's not shying away from any fights. In fact, he's going and hunting them down.
Yeah, what a resource to have as a team. This is, outrageous. A kill down an Ivy. What do you even do?
He's climbing. He's shooting up the scoreboard at the moment. 24-11 for Fallen. 20-16 for KNG with the AWP. So the 2 AWPers, as we mentioned, the AWPs just wreaking havoc on this ENCE attack. They're just in beast mode right now.
And that was at the point in time where ENCE could have crushed the economy. They could have taken it all away, probably been up at 14 rounds before MIBR could buy again. And now instead, it's definitely way more tricky. Taco down on the low ground, alone on the bomb site. They exploited that fact earlier. Hard to do twice. Again, Taco One of the best players in the world, in my opinion, at holding that B-bomb site.
Look at the push towards Ivy as well. The boost up over the box, that's Lucas. Ooh, he's gonna have a chance, X7. Footsteps on the way, the jump as well, a disadvantage. 5-on-4 for over a minute for the defense. Even a player in ladder room as well. Fur gathering that information. Here's Alu running back. There's no reason for MIBR to change up any of this setup. They're in a perfect position. The ladder room under control, who can help towards T-mid. Fallen with the op outside has obviously been unstoppable.
And when you're playing against double orbs, the one thing you really don't want to look at is the fact that they had one smoke on ENCE. You actually need those smokes to make sure that the orbs can't just get clean shots.
They just used it, and it's towards the inner bomb site.
Yeah, an attempt to draw someone away. It's hard to, like, they just don't have many resources. It's hard to even criticize them for much of this because, you know, what are they going to do? Fur will take down Sunny, Fallen double scoped on that main position. He is, ooh, in fact, fall down, but it looks like he was in position for it. 14 seconds on the clock, and he's just running out here. It doesn't even matter. Close range, long range, he's going to get everything. A headshot on Alu, and no chance. He turns around for another triple kill, clocking in at 27 kills. Man, he's playing a mad game right now.
I feel like he's had 3 or 4 triple kills in this round. He is godlike at the moment. I mean, even climbing the ladder to get information, gets tagged, and even baits him into the exact peak he wants. But you're right, not enough flashbangs in his face to neutralize him. That's an unreal flick over to Aerial.
Yeah.
Alu even just walked right into the angle that Fallen wanted.
Yeah, but from Alu's point of view, it makes sense, right? If he misses the shot, you kill him.
Well, also the time. I mean, Alu didn't really have any options.
Yeah.
It's not like he could have been creative to try and walk around, so understandable, but it makes Fallen look just like such a genius, like a puppet master pulling all the strings. 13-12. And I don't know what ENCE is supposed to do. I guess this is the best idea that you can come up with is go for a half buy. Go for a low buy with Deagles, with armor, so that next round you can have the Kriegs, the AK-47s, you can have an AWP on Alu, and you'll have all the nades, finally, to be able to try and handle something. They've had a few clever tricks up their sleeve for this train to get them opening kills, and it's worked. Let's not act like ENCE didn't come in with a pretty decent game plan, because they found some opportunities. It's just Fallen has pulled MIBR back from the brink each and every time.
I mean, that round where they start off pinching Taco,
yeah,
it's so cool, right? And there's another round where they end up at A, they sort of after a little bit of trickery. So I agree they've had tactically some really cool showings here, ENCE. But that double orb, that's not bad at all. X7 will take down Lucas. And now Fallen again ready with the orb. Got to make sure that Fur stays alive, though, and he will. Big double, turning it into a triple. Otherwise, things could have got awkward. But Fur is just everywhere in this round.
Yeah, just in case, Fallen, I like that call. Just get to safety of the bomb train. Just make sure that even if Fur does go down, you're not going to get punished. You would have been the last bastion at that point. So Fur delivers on all counts. Good round from him. E-Box providing cover over towards ladder room, and even that's handled well. And they know where the last 2 players are. 14-12, MIBR. This is just the exact same match we had yesterday. 11-4, or 4-11, I should say, at the first half, and it's looking like it might just be a 12-1 run.
That would be really something, wouldn't it?
They're at 10-1 right now.
Yeah, if they could mirror the outcome, that'd be a lot of fun. Aggressive for KNG. And not really the payoff they were looking for either.
No, but even MIBR knows this is a possibility. They've stacked a 3rd player here at this B bomb site, and it's Fallen. There's that flashbang we saw earlier. Sergey's going to get so blind. He's done. He's down. Taco, how much more can you build upon it? Smoke is going to delay. Flashbang, but yeah, the spam through. I think Sunny actually coming out on top. Nothing that MIBR could do to save him.
So now can they bring it back here? A little bit of a lead for ENCE. 3 versus 4. X7. I like this play.
Ivy's the next play. Yeah, you're exactly right. X7. This is the big fight. If Lucas loses this, I don't think MIBR can get back in the round.
Oh, and the timing, he had his back turn, but he's going to somehow beat him to it. And ENCE not finding much luck at all. That's so unfortunate because I actually think that's a very cool idea. Now they're going to go for the boost on top, but doesn't look like they're going to care. They're going to cancel it anyway. 45 seconds, and they're going to walk into Fallen, and for once, he misses a shot. That doesn't happen a lot right now. Can they go for it? Fur hiding at the spools, and he'll take a double kill, dropping the bomb. And Alu, he'll shoot right through to drop him, but does it even matter at this point in time? 30 seconds. How does he get a bomb plant? Lucas is here. Orb train on the one side. He's out of grenades and just trying to get a little bit of information. But he needs a clean fight. Get the 1 versus 1 and then try and go for the bomb plant. And just faking it a single time. Lucas out of the orb, but it doesn't matter. Another round being won, and this time fighting from behind MIBR. Man, this is looking so good. 15-12.
Again, ENCE finds an opening kill. Not able to win the man advantages. So I'll say one more time, ENCE is actually having a pretty solid T-side in terms of getting what they want. They just cannot convert these rounds. This is about the 3rd or 4th time they've had a man advantage, and if they're able to win it, just a couple of those, they might already be over the finish line.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the takeaway.
Like, especially on a map like Train, getting that first kill is sometimes the hardest thing. The fact that ENCE has gotten it so many times and then just not been able to win the round, it's so disheartening. It's so brutal.
Yeah, you're going to be looking back at some of those rounds and thinking, man, that's... Yeah, if even one of the 3 times, if we win it when we get the opening.
Remember, they had MIBR on the verge of being reset at one point as well. We're not able to convert that round, and MIBR's right back in the game. Very little utility for ENCE, so all these smokes are up. They have to do something, but they've already disappeared. The ops are going to get exponentially more powerful now.
Well, Sunny's made his way out into a potentially powerful position. If Alu could cause a distraction, the right flashbang and the right push for Sunny, that's all you need. And maybe they can continue this fight, try and get that overtime. A very low on grenades, though, on the end side. Sunny looking for it now. Just got to be walking his way through. It's almost time for it. He's got the right idea. Not showing himself just yet.
Fallen's going to go down. I don't think Fallen has any idea this is a possibility. He hasn't even considered it. Oh, now he is. He's almost there, but no. Nade out in hand. Sunny's going to help clear out Ivy.
And that timing is incredible. What do MIBR do? They actually don't have that much money. If they don't get this right away, might be better to save because you're just fighting to get one more round in. Long range there for Lucas, but yeah, I'd say definitely do it now. KNG and Taco, better to back on out. No way to really get in here. I don't know if it would have been too much to call that immediately in the 4 versus 5, but that was a lot of control for ENCE.
I think that's one of the areas where MIBR being able to come back in so many rounds is that it kind of gave them a little bit of overconfidence. Maybe the 4 on 5 you still stick around and go for it. The problem was they rotated so many players away. That's why Fallen was under so much pressure from so many different angles. There wasn't another player to take up, the mantle of Ivy defense. Fallen had to watch Ivy, had to watch T mid, had to watch towards the trains. They never had the information that Sunny had already gotten out. There's a lot of things going wrong for MIBR in that round, and ENCE, they finally find another one. A second round on this T side, and it is valuable. As you mentioned, not enough cash for MIBR to buy. They might want to just drop down to Deagles for a round. And they don't have a timeout, remember, to talk this over.
That's a cool reminder, wasn't it, of just how, because we've been talking about Fallen's incredible flicks and highlights and everything, but Sunny's winning that round just by walking at the right times.
Yeah.
It's just all positional play. The headshot at the end is easy for him to get, but...
I wonder what would have triggered MIBR for that kind of a rotation. They even had Fur in ladder room, which is such a strong position. That might have been part of it. Regardless, that's a tough round to lose. Taco going to get aggressive, and he finds Sergey. He managed that so well, Alu with the trade. And there's no one to recover that M4.
Yeah, probably worth the attempt, right? If you're Taco, but...
Yeah. He almost got around the corner.
He did.
Look at this pinch that they can do, though. If Lucas wants to come up ladder and be a little bit bold, they might be able to get aggressive towards the inner bomb site.
There's no one here to help out Aerial. That makes me really uncomfortable for this exact reason. Oh, he should be dead already. KNG wanted to back off, but that was more dangerous than it looked.
Yeah, KNG missed his chance, but here's another one. Lucas not able to do it. Fur wins the fight. USP in hand, and now again, KNG going to start pushing up. Aerial, he's got low HP and the bomb, so he needs to back off. KNG, I guess the only plan would be to drop down ladder, but he's been spotted. X7, that's a solid peek. Knew what was coming, knew where the final player was. 14-15, we go into round 30 with a chance for overtime, and both teams have everything they want. They've got plenty of money for all the nades. double up setup for MIBR. 28-13 on Fallen. He's gotten MIBR to the finish line.
Now just got to drag them over.
Someone
one more
does.
time.
It's either him, KNG, anyone can do it at this point, but Fallen's certainly gotten them here.
X7 leading the board right now for ENCE, and you got to give some credit to Alu, who's been very far behind on the scoreboard pretty much the whole game, but he's just fighting his way back, and he's tied up with the rest of the team. A little bit of a flick, KNG not connecting, but that could have been the end of aerial already. That's high risk and almost no reward.
Oh, they're going to try a contact play, maybe through the smoke, maybe with just a flashbang. Fur's going to get tested. They need to be careful. This is a big risk for ENCE.
Not even with the flashbang, just sitting it up. Nice shot there for even thinking to follow up there on Sergey. He's low on health already. He can't go anywhere. He just has to hope that no one is going to throw any grenades or anything. What a dangerous position to be in. He's finally going to make his way back, but oh dear, ENCE.
I don't think you can go anywhere. You have no map control. You have no presence anywhere else. Oh, that Molotov is huge to be extinguished. Alu is hoping someone peeks, but MIBR has to realize that this is not safe to come out of connector. KNG just watching towards upper, just barely out of the view. It's going to be smoked off, but Lucas getting on top of the train. That is a power position. Excuse me, Taco on top of the train. Double kill for him. Add one more, no. Aerial shuts him down, but I think this is all over for ENCE. MIBR have done it. They've come all the way back again on train from a 4-11 deficit to a 16-14 victory.
Wow, it's such a cool return to a previous era for them on this particular map, and history almost repeating itself a little bit in terms of the scores here. A little bit better for ENCE, but still, that's actually just amazing.
If I'm ENCE though, I'm telling the team between the map, that's fine. That's their map pick. We're almost able to take it away. Yes, the T side fell flat, but the preparation that we did worked. I really want to harp on that fact because I really think ENCE did a great job of finding opening kills in different